Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome, crafty friends, and thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my latest video. Today I'm continuing on my journey of creating as many Christmas trees as I can this holiday season using items in my stash. This is the 8th video in the series. I do have a playlist available for this series along with links in the description box below if you are interested in checking them out for more ideas on decorating paper mache cones. Today's tutorial focuses on a very easy tree created with yarn.
Today's decorated cone is probably one of the most simple ones that there is to create. There's lots of ideas for this one on Pinterest, on YouTube. And that is just using yarn, a cone, and if you want a topper or a base on it. And I'm going to use this one for my top today. Again, I'm using one of these 7-inch cones that I got from my mom. It had crochet thread around it, so I'm using that today. And then when I was walking through my stash, I found this yarn that I had purchased last year, and I created some really fun gnome ornaments, which if I remember, I'll try and link those below in the description box in case you guys are interested in checking those out. But I thought this would be really fun yarn to wrap around the cone. I've seen other people wrap like fun fur type yarn around cones before, and I thought this one would be fun. I'm not quite sure what this one is called, but I had used it to edge out the gnome hats when I created my gnome ornaments. And so since I still have a ton of it in my stash, I think this is a good way to use up some of it. And so the first step that I'm going to do is I am going to add my topper right away. And again, it's just this little bead that I got from my friend Amy Love here on YouTube, and she gave me several of these. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of E6000 on it along with hot glue, and I'm hoping that that's going to hold it. I'm just going to stick a little bit of E6000 in the top of the cone and also kind of around the base of the cone. Or this little I don't know what you want to call it. It's kind of a diamond shaped thing. Embellishment bead. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue. I'm also going to add just a little bit of hot glue on the outskirts up on the top. And I'm just going to stick it in. And then I'm going to take a paper towel and just wipe up the excess glue that is seeping out. And it seems like it's holding for now, so I'm just going to leave it. And for this one, I think I'm going to start my way down and work up. And again, I'm just going to do one layer at a time, cut it, and work my way up. So to start with, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along the base. And with this type of yarn, you can kind of see there's a little bit of an opening right here. I'm going to just stick a little bit of hot glue, and I'm kind of hoping I can kind of hide that edge. And it looks like I'm going to be able to, so you can't really tell unless you look really close where I started and ended there. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. But just in case, I'm going to continue to leave my seam all the time in the back, just so then when I display it, I can turn it around this way. I think this one's going to go pretty fast. I don't think this one's going to take very long to make, which is kind of nice if you are making quite a few of these as gifts or something. I think that these ones would go really fast. And I know you can buy this yarn in all sorts of different colors. And again, I'm just going to put a little dab of glue inside there to hopefully kind of hide my beginning and end. And so far I think you can't really tell, so that's good. So I'm going to continue to add layers until I get to the top. And again, this is what I have so far, and I will be back after I am done with that. I just finished gluing all of the yarn down on this little cone, and I do have to say I like how this turned out. It's a nice little like side tree that would look really nice with some of the other ones I've created thus far. And I'm just going to leave it as is, but if you did want to take it a step further, you could like maybe string some pearls around it somehow if you wanted to add a little more detail. You could also glue down a couple of like spaced pieces of bling kind of on it if you wanted to. I think that would look really cute. Or also, you know, glue down a few flat back pearls. But for now, I'm not going to add anything to it. I'm just going to leave it as is. I like the simplicity of it. But down the road, if I decide I wanted to jazz it up a little bit more, I'd probably add some flat back pearls to it because I have a lot of those in my stash. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the view looking straight on. So I will be right back with that.
Thank you again for spending time with me today creating something beautiful. I found today's tree to be very simple and a great beginner tree, taking very little time to create. This would be a perfect project if you have a small window of time to create something beautiful. While I chose to leave it simple, you definitely could take it a step further and add a few more embellishments. Thank you again for commenting and watching today's tutorial. Please join me again tomorrow for another decorated tree idea. Until then, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.